It is Saturday night again, guys, and tonight we are going to be watching another movie that I absolutely love from my childhood, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. If you haven't seen it, I hope you're going to want to see it by the time this video is over, because we are going to have a great time. We're going to do 10 things I love about E.T. We're going to do some E.T. trivia. We're going to do some shopping, and we are going to put together an awesome snack, so stick around. Tonight I am going to tell you guys 10 things I absolutely love about the movie E.T. Number one, I love that E.T. is the first movie I ever saw in its entirety in a movie theater. When I was 2 years old, my parents took me to see Raggedy Ann and Andy, a musical adventure, and it was very psychedelic. There was a lot of colors and weird 70s stuff going on, including this one scene where they're in the kitchen with a black and white checkered floor and it's spinning all around. It made my mom sick, so we left halfway through the movie. I only vaguely remember even being there. But when I was 7 years old, my babysitter took us to see E.T. in the theater, and I remember it like it was yesterday. In fact, when we got home, we raved about it so much that my parents took us again 2 days later. I was obsessed. It began my love for movies, Steven Spielberg, Aliens, and how a movie should feel in itself and in the experience of going to the movie theater. I love how this movie was filmed from a kid's point of view. Throughout most of the movie, the only adult we really see is Elliot's mom. All the other adults are really filmed from the waist down, or an even lower angle to give us the viewpoint of a kid. Elliot was supposed to be 10 years old in this movie, and the cameras were angled in a way so that what you would see on screen looked like it was from the viewpoint of a 10-year-old kid. I love the scene where Elliot first makes contact with E.T. in the backyard, and he's leading him to his room with a trail of Reese Pieces. I love how you see E.T.'s fingers just reach into the frame and pick up the candy, and off-screen you can hear it crunching. Makes me want a bag right now. I love how there are so many little relatable elements in this movie that really pull you into the environment. The way the light from the moon, the flashlight, and the shed just illuminates the fog in the backyard. The steam billowing out of the sink as Elliot runs water to wash the dishes. I think about that scene every single time I run hot water in the kitchen sink, because that is exactly how it happens. I love the bikes. Growing up in the 80s, we didn't have Uber, we didn't have Lyft, and our parents certainly weren't outrunning us all around the neighborhood. Every kid on the block had a bike, and we rode them all day long. One end of town to the other, up and down the streets, jumping everything we could possibly turn into a ramp. So when E.T. came out, all of a sudden we had an awesome soundtrack to go with those bikes. And every kid's dream was to have E.T. in a basket on the front of their bike flying through the moon. I love when Elliot comes home from school and finds Gertie teaching E.T. to talk, and when Elliot asks E.T. if he can say E.T., E.T. waddles away saying, E.T., E.T. I love how they use items that actually exist in the world to build E.T.'s communication device. A record player, a saw blade, a fork, a speak and spell, an umbrella, all things that you can go on eBay and buy right now and build your own. I love the Halloween scene. The whole neighborhood is full of kids trick-or-treating just exactly like it was in the 80s. E.T. is dressed as a ghost, and when someone dressed like Yoda walks by, he turns and tries to follow him, thinking he's an actual alien. I love how Elliot refers to the clearing in the forest as the bald spot. That's exactly the kind of thing kids do, and when I was growing up, we had several places we referred to as the top of the world. And I didn't realize this till after I had seen the movie several times, but the bald spot that he's referring to is actually a circle in the dirt where E.T.'s spaceship landed. And last but not least, I love that everything done in this movie, the original theatrical version, was done with practical effects. E.T. himself was a mixture of a model, a puppet, and a head-to-toe costume. In 2002, E.T. was re-released with several scenes recreated in CGI. It was supposed to make it better, but it made it look absolutely horrible. I can't even stand to watch it. They gave E.T. smoother skin, more fluid movements. You see him more in some scenes that in the original he was kind of hidden behind things. And all of that actually takes away from the whole presentation and the feeling that E.T. gives you. That kind of stiff movement that he had in the original actually really helped to present him as more subdued and vulnerable after being left on what was a strange planet to him. So make sure when you watch E.T. you watch the original theatrical edition. And that's it, guys. That is 10 things that I absolutely love about the movie E.T. If you haven't seen it, see it now. Get the VHS, get the DVD, get the 4K. Do not get the 2002 version that's redone with CGI. Throw that one in a trash. Or go online and stream it on your favorite streaming platform.
Alright, I have an idea of something that I want to get in here. I honestly have no idea which aisle it's going to be in, but I'm pretty sure I've got one of these here before. It's just a little white basket, like what Elliot has on the front of his bike. There's a whole bunch of different ones here, but what I'm looking for looks like a little white crate. Alright, I do see a couple of different things we could use, like you really could use this. This is more of what I have in mind, though. Kind of like the crate that E.T. sits in. Here's a different style here. I think I actually like this one a little bit better. Looks like they got some white ones down here. Yeah, here we go. Here's a little white one. I think we'll put that back for the moment and keep looking, see if I can find more of what I really have in mind. Yeah, I'm not seeing them anywhere, even in the craft aisle here. These are the only other baskets I really see, and these are just way too big. They do have some of these, but these, again, are just way too big. Alright, I guess we're gonna go with this right here. Okay, let's go down here and see if they have any Reese's Pieces. Wow, I am really surprised they don't have any. I see, like, everything but. Usually they do have them in here in like the theater boxes, but I don't see any. But look at this. I do see moon pies. We're definitely getting some of those. Wait, let's get the yellow ones. I'm gonna pick up some of these little clear plastic bowls too, because I think I saw something else I want to get. And for that, we gotta go to Walmart. First, I want to find those Reese's though. Reese Pieces, where are you? Ah, here we go. Yes. They actually have bags of them over here. A gigantic bag for 15 bucks right there. That is huge. Look, it's the party pack. And look at this beside it. Reese's Cluster Bites. Those look delicious. Look at this also, guys. Just in case you can't find the Reese Pieces, there are peanut butter M&Ms that would suffice. But look underneath it. Holy crap. Mega peanut butter M&Ms. Those would be delicious. Oh my gosh, they actually have the M&Ms minis here. The peanut butter M&Ms minis. For some reason, Hershey's discontinued the mini Reese's Pieces, but there's these. These would actually be really good on an ice cream sundae. Ice cream sundae, you say? Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Check this out. Hudsonville Blue Moon ice cream. We are totally doing that. Oh, we are definitely going to need some of this too. Reese's shell topping. This is like what they use on the dip cones at Dairy Queen. As soon as it hits the ice cream and gets cold, it hardens up and makes a shell. Oh my gosh, guys, I was just about to go and look what I found. Capri Sun Moon Punch. Okay, so we got everything we need, but I just want to take a look over here a minute. Here we go. Edible color spray. We're going to have to do this in a future video because I had the idea too late, but I actually found ET stencils online where you basically lay the stencil on top of a cookie or a moon pie, and you use this stuff and you spray it, and it puts a stencil of ET riding the bike with Elliot in the basket.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Alright guys, there it is. I bet you didn't expect that guy to show up. Check that out. So to make the ET, all I did was print out the picture on the computer, and then I glued it to a piece of cardboard, and I used some twist ties to attach it to the basket. So there's E.T. in his basket with the movie and all our snacks for our E.T. movie night. So we got our movie in here, we got some popcorn, our Reese Pieces, we have our Moon Capri Sun, we got our moon pies in there, and our Blue Moon Sundae. That is very cool. Alright, before I leave you for the night, guys, I've got to have a little taste test of our Blue Moon ice cream. We've got Reese Pieces on there, and then the Reese's shell. And like I said, when you put that on the cold ice cream, it immediately turns to a shell. So I had to really quick go ahead and put our Reese Pieces on there. Wow. Yep, there we go. I can't even tell you what it smells like. It has like a kind of a strange taste. If you've never had Blue Moon ice cream, I can't really describe it to you. Mmm. Delicious. I mean, when has anybody ever had an ice cream sundae that's not delicious? Alright, well, I'm taking my movie and my E.T. in my basket. We're gonna fly through the Mooney on my bike on the way downstairs to have an awesome E.T. movie night. Join me next Saturday and every Saturday for new episodes.